Well, hello. Today is Saturday, January 20th, and we're going to go over our book for our meeting highlights, which is Freestyle, Your Toolkit. And once again, didn't talk about the book. The good thing about, there's good and bad about being, this is my 13th month on Weight Watchers. I joined in 2016 on December 31st. The bad part about being into your 13th month is there's so many new people. We've had so many new people this month that every seat was filled. So you have to go over the program for all the new people. And so it's kind of like you're hearing something that you've already heard before, and so, like, well, blah, blah, blah. But then again, it's a refresher course because the last 2 weeks I had a 0.2 gain last week, and let me show you what I did this week. Obviously it's not going to be good, but it's not as bad. It's a 0.2 gain again. So I've gained in the last 2 weeks 0.4, which is not even a half a pound. My total journey, I've lost 59 pounds completely, 59 altogether. I was so close to the 60 pounds. I was, like really shooting for the 60 pounds, and I set myself up for failure. And what's good about having this refresher course into my 13th month is to remind myself that it's going to take me a while to lose this weight. I really didn't start gaining weight until I was probably around 25. And so it's taken me, because I'm 67, so what that puts me at 42 years. It took me 42 years to gain this weight. So I'm going to have to realize it's going to take more than a year to lose it. And I'm not going anywhere, so I might as well learn about myself along the way, which is what I'm doing. And I'm making some smart choices, and I'm making some poor choices. But that's part of life. You learn from your mistakes. Luckily, especially with Weight Watchers, you have a reset. You just reset. You just start again. From one meal to the next. Not 1 week or 1 month to the next. One meal to the next. So if you screw up at one meal, you move on and right away get back on track. So I was going to try to use my iPad to show you the phone, but it's too much of a glare and it doesn't work. So I'll try to show you from the picture on the book. On the bottom, there's a little button here on the right that says My Day. When you punch on the My Day, it'll light up like this, and it'll show you how many weekly points you have, how many daily points you have, and how many points you've used. And at the top, you can track where your food is or your activity. If you hit on the activity button, it's going to give you a list of different things that you can connect to your app and track, like you're walking, you're swimming, whatever. There's a bunch of them. Let me see if I can look real quick to see. Like I said, there's too much glare to show you on my iPad because I did try that, but it didn't work for me. So well, see, I have food. Let me click on the activity, the things that you can do. It's not showing me. Activities. Oh, the popular ones, all of the ones you can use. Oh, swimming, biking, walking, skating. There's a lot. So you just figure out which one you want to do. There is even, like, if you do abdominal crunches, curls, acrobats, and it's in alphabetical order. So you can look up something, like just really skim through. Handball, hiking, hockey. There's just so many things that you can do. And it'll track onto your phone, and it'll let you know. It'll also, you can list your foods, and it'll tell you what you had for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and a snack. If you connect on the journey, it's going to track your weight, how you've done it. There's a chart that'll show you which, I don't know if it'll show you in the book here. No, it doesn't really show you in the book. Oh, a little bit. There's like a scale that'll show you how you're tracking for the year. And it'll show you like a graph, like And the connect, if you hit the connect button, you can connect to other people and learn about their journeys and see how they're going. And the 24/7 chat, I have used this, and there's a person on the other end of the line that'll answer any question that you have, and they'll talk you through whatever problems you're having, and they'll give you support. I highly recommend you use this. And I think it said in here, I read it somewhere, the Weight Watcher mobile track app makes it easier to track your food, your weight, and your activity. but it can give you smart point values in a snap. Oh, I forgot about that. This little bar, if you click onto that and scan something, it'll tell you how many points are in it. And remember, when you're scanning something, if it tells you how many points, don't think it's for the whole package. Look on the side of whatever you're scanning to see how many servings they consider that package to be. Because like, you can scan a small bag of chips, let's say, and you'll scan it, and off the top of my head, I'm going to say it's like 5 points for an ounce. But if you look at the serving size, that's per serving size, but then you want to see how many servings that bag gives you, because most times it's not one serving in that bag. It might be 1.5 or 2, and then you're going to have to double or triple or whatever it is by how many points it is. So don't get fooled by just scanning it and thinking, oh, it says 3 points. I ran into that when I was doing my pot roast recipe earlier in the week. When I scanned the soup mix, which everybody says is 1 point, it does show 1 point. But when you look on the side of the box of the soup mix, it says 1 point per serving, and then it said there's 8 servings in 2 packs. So that means that 1 pack's got 4 servings. So you just gotta, don't trick yourself. You know what, you can say, oh, I scanned it and it said 2 points. In your mind, you're gonna say it was 2 points, but your body's gonna know that was probably 4. So, you're not fooling anybody but yourself. And that's like when I track my food and I show you, if I eat something after I close up my video for the day, I always tell you the next day, because who am I fooling? If I show you that I've eaten perfect all week and I get on the scale and I gain 0.2, they're gonna say, hey, how did you gain any weight if you were so good? Not that I was good last week, because I wasn't, but and then their recipe is for lentil and black bean chili. I've never had black bean chili, and I've never had a lentil, but I do like black beans, so I just might try this recipe. And if I do, I'll show it, but I think I'm gonna tweak it, because I don't know about the lentils, but I might just make a black bean chili. I do have in my recipe section, which I got from the Fit and Fabulous Mama, is a chili, Weight Watchers chili recipe for 5 points. Obviously, if you use turkey, it's going to be way less. But I've never had ground turkey. I love turkey, but I've never had ground turkey. And a lot of people are saying about ground chicken, which I've never had ground chicken either. But I'm going to try to expand my horizons in the next few months. I'm going to try some different things. I got to kick up my eating program a little bit, switch it up a little bit. But our quote for today was, this year, choose yourself. And choose yourself by using this app, because really, this app is going to help you out tremendously. But what she did was she went around and everybody pick a question, and then we had to answer it. The first question was, what was one small win for last week? My one small win was I went out to lunch with my friends on Thursday, and we went to the Cheesecake Factory. And I don't like cheesecake, so that was not a big victory for me, not having a piece of cheesecake for dessert. My big victory was ordering from the Skinny Delicious menu, which I ended up getting the turkey avocado sandwich with the side salad with balsamic vinegar dressing. It was delicious. It was a really good, smart choice. And I had a glass of iced tea, and I had like 3 glasses of water. But I had so much fun that I didn't let the food be the purpose of being together. I let the fact that I haven't seen my friends in a while, and we were having a really good time, I let that be the focus of the meal. We were very fortunate the restaurant wasn't that busy, so we were able to talk with each other, and I just had a really good time. The second part is, what is the hardest part of the plan to stay consistent with? To me, I think it's a no-brainer. It's always easier to be at home and eating, because if you're at home eating, you know exactly what you're putting into it, you know exactly what foods you want to eat, and you can choose healthy. When you're eating out, that's hard. That's the hardest part about this plan. I know that Oprah says that you can go out and eat whatever you want. No, you really can't. You can eat within reason, and you can eat what you want, but you're going to have to figure in points, and you're going to have to sacrifice points either at breakfast or dinner or whatever meal that you're eating out if you choose poorly at that meal. I love ribs. I just love barbecued ribs. I don't make a good barbecued rib. So when I go out, if I'm at a steakhouse, or not a steakhouse, but like a rib place or something, I'm always going to order ribs. Jim and I will occasionally have steaks. I don't make them as well as I do out. But when you eat them out, they're putting butter and, you know, things that you wouldn't do at home. And it's just harder when you eat out. Not to say that it's impossible, because it is not impossible. But if you're like me, it's hard. It really is. I'm very proud of the fact that now when I eat out, I don't drink pop. I drink iced tea and water. That was a hard thing for me. That was really, really hard. Another question we had is, what is the hardest part of losing weight? The hardest part about losing weight is, for me, is not beating myself up when I stray off the path. I went crazy last Sunday eating, and I kind of beat myself up about it. I would never belittle anybody else that they did the same thing, but I belittled myself most of the week. And I did try to get back on track, but there were days that I didn't. And I had nights that after I closed out my vlog, I had nuts and pretzels. I mean, things that you could have, but I didn't have the points for them because I'd already used up my points for the day. So the hardest part for me for losing weight is to realize that this is going to take a while. I would have liked to have thought I would have lost 100 pounds in a year. That's only 2 pounds a week. It didn't happen, but I lost almost 60 pounds in a year, and that wouldn't have happened if I wouldn't have tried. What was your easiest moment last week? Easy, turning down the cheesecake. That was easy for me because I don't like cheesecake. But in all honesty, that was really the only thing that was easy for me last week, because I struggled all week. I struggled with every meal, with every day. And it was because I let myself have the wrong mindset on Sunday that I paid for it in my mind every day last week. What day would you erase from last week? No brainer, Sunday. I would have went to church, came home, had a healthy lunch and a healthy dinner, and just stayed on track. I had Burger King, I had a Hershey pie, I had fries, I had onion rings, I had the whole Whopper, not a junior Whopper. I did have a Coke with it, a large Coke, not a small Coke. I had cake from the freezer. I just ate. There's no other word for it. I just ate. I binged. And Binge Sandy's going to be with me my whole life. I just have to know that Binge Sandy has to take the back seat. She can't be in the driver's seat. She's got to be in the back seat. Do you take me time? I think that I do, but maybe I don't. I always do put other people first. I know that. But even though we were having family dinner on Thursday, I picked a meal that I could prepare the day before and just have to not reheat it, but just like an easy prep when I got home, so that when I did go out, I was in no rush. I enjoyed myself. I did take me time. I had fun with my friends. I was gone a long time, but I got home in time to get the dinner on and have fun with my family. So I do think I do take me time. I need to take more. What will be your biggest challenge this month? Well, my biggest challenge is going to be this coming week, because I'm going out to dinner twice. On Tuesday, I'm going out with my siblings for our dinner to an Italian restaurant. And then on Thursday, I'm going out with all our couples, because we get together once a month. And it's like a bar restaurant where they have fried foods and stuff. But, that's the way it goes. So. And the other thing that they told us that we need to do is think about how you felt before you lost your weight and how you feel since you lost your weight. And I have to tell you that I hate to, like Kim over at Fit and Fabulous Mama said she kind of got offended when people were saying you're so different than the person you were before you lost your weight. And she said she's kind of insulted because she thinks she's the same person. Kim, I think they meant that out of love. I really do. I think that I am a different person since I lost my weight. I'm happier, I sleep better, I feel better, and I think it reflects on how I treat people. I really do. Not that I treated people badly in the past, but I think I have a little more compassion, and I just feel better about myself, and I don't take my bad feelings out on other people. And we end with a quote: successful people fail, but they never quit. So we just got to remember, don't quit. Use your app, use your phone. It'll help. It really will. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. If you think it'll help somebody, please share it. And I'll see you next Saturday for our next meeting.